Hello, everybody in Richview Cowboys Nation. Welcome to the beginning of the Richview Roundup podcast. I am your host for this program, Colton Richards. I'm excited to be broadcasting to you in this brand new format. And for those of you who don't know me yet, let me give you a bit of a brief introduction. Of course, I graduated from Austin Peay State University, and you may have heard my voice come over the loudspeaker last fall when I was a public address announcer for this great organization we call Richview Middle School, and we won a second consecutive championship. And this year, we are going for a three-peat. Now let me share the format of this show and what you can expect. When the events of this athletic program end, I will recap them, and I will give you a next week's preview as to the events that are happening in the future. But it won't be just football that I'm covering this fall. Oh, no. I'm also covering fast pitch softball, our cheer and dance teams, cross country, volleyball, and girls soccer. So we got a lot to cover over the next few weeks. Now it is time for the preseason preview, the build-up to the main event. This week, I will be covering football, cheer and dance, and cross country. The head coach of the football team is none other than Josh Richards. Last season, the football team finished with 8 victories opposite no defeats, with an 11-game winning streak coming into this upcoming season, including back-to-back county championships. Also, the team has been averaging 37 points per game, with their defense allowing only 4 points per game. When last they played, they defeated the Kenwood Knights at the championship game by a final score of 50-24. There are 2 games that are going to be a key test for the football program this upcoming season. The game at Kenwood on September the 3rd, and at Northeast, September the 16th. There are 3 returning players to the football program, and they are Isaiah Ligon, who plays as a kicker, outside linebacker, and running back. Isaiah Ligon, if you recall, had 540 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, 23 tackles, and 33 successfully made point-after attempts. The second returnee is Joshua Hernandez, who played in the free safety position last season and had played every entire game, including the championship. And the final returnee is inside linebacker DeMarcus Martin, and Martin made several plays for varsity last season. Now the question for the football team this season is, who are the newcomers? The first newcomer to the team is new quarterback Brody Wilkins. This is Wilkins' first year with the program, but look for him to be this year's starting quarterback. The second newcomer is Jeremiah Merced, playing at right tackle. He is a 7th grader with great size, agile feet, and excellent hip flexibility. And our final newcomer is Major Williamson, playing at wide receiver, and he is looking to fill the shoes of veteran Richview receiver Jaquise House. Before we go any further with the football coverage, I have a schedule discrepancy I would like to clear up. The scrimmage against Schaefer that was supposed to happen this coming Thursday, July the 31st, has been canceled. However, coming up on Saturday, August the 2nd, starting at 6 p.m. local time, the football team has a scrimmage at Nissan Stadium versus the Lewisburg Middle School Patriots. Next up, after that will be a JV home scrimmage, which I'm calling, at the Clarksville High Stadium versus Stewart County at 6 p.m. Finally, we have a scrimmage doubleheader on August 7th against Good Pasture. The JV will start at 5:30 with varsity following at 6:30. After those scrimmages are completed, the regular season gets underway when the boys in blue and gray travel to New Providence. There is also a second schedule change. The Montgomery Central game that was supposed to happen on September 30th got moved to the next day, October 1st. Coach Richards' thought on this upcoming season are, quote, "We only have 2 returning starters from last year's squad, but we look forward to the challenges that come with having so many new players. We had a really productive spring, and we are excited for the future of Richview football," close quote. The second program I will be covering on this program is the cheer and dance team led by Coach Amanda Cano. Last season, Coach Cano was very impressed by both the cheer and dance squads. They got to root on the varsity football team through their championship, and the boys basketball continued consistently winning, so the girls continued performing all the way through the state playoffs. She states that this has been a season of, quote, growth, endurance, strength, and perseverance, end quote. The games against Rossview will prove to be a key element for both squads this upcoming season. Coach Cano's thoughts on both of these squads thus far, quote, "We have a beautiful opportunity to continue to pour into our Richview legacy, and that is what we plan to do. Tradition matters, and we are here for it. I wish both the cheer and dance teams all the best this upcoming season." Finally, the coach of the Richview Middle School cross-country team is Brian Stone. Coach Stone says that there is no win-loss record in cross-country like all the other sports do. However, they have new runners and familiar faces on the team. Their training schedule is 3 a week, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Austin P for hill work, Weekly Park for race preparations, and the front of the school as well as Liberty Park for endurance training. Last season, Coach Stone watched the returnees step up as leaders. Coach Stone's expectation coming into this season? Quote, "Preparation and hard work is the key to success. If we focus on doing things the right way, such as showing up, putting in the effort, and supporting each other, the results will follow. Our goal is to help each runner grow, compete with heart, and be proud of how far they have come by the end of this season," close quote. On a personal note, I have been jogging every other day each week and recently finished a 14-minute jog week. And all of this has been a build-up to a 5K for autism awareness happening later this fall. Before the last segment of this program, I answer questions from the viewer mailbag. That's the part of the show where you send in your questions and I will try to answer them to the best of my ability. If you have any questions for the mailbag, please feel free to reach out to me at cjrichards81500@gmail.com. Again, that's cjrichards81500@gmail.com, and put it on the subject line viewer mailbag question, and I'll try to answer it as soon as I can. Finally, before we wrap up each episode, we do a rapid fire preview of next week's events with the 2-minute drill. That will go into effect on our 3rd episode on August the 10th. So keep your eyes and ears open for that. Now that you are familiar with the host and format of this show, and a little background about all the sports we're going to cover this week, that will do it for this debut episode of the Richview Roundup. Be sure to tune in next week when we recap the Nissan Stadium scrimmage and a preview of the junior varsity football scrimmage and the scrimmage series at Good Pasture. This has been a presentation of the Richview Roundup, a CJR Entertainment production. This show was written, edited, and produced by yours truly, Colton Richards. Stay healthy, stay safe, and stay classy, folks. Go Cowboys!